This camera got me 28 million views, and I'm going to tell you how. So a little over a year ago, I found this camera off Amazon and I got it for 30 bucks. It's technically for kids. It will shoot on a little micro SD card and the picture quality is so bad. So since I got this camera a little over a year and a half ago, I've used it across maybe 10 or more videos. And across all those videos combined, this little guy brought me 28 million views and counting. And I bring this up because you don't need the fanciest equipment to make content, especially if you're trying to go viral. Everybody wants to go viral. So sometimes think a little bit differently than what other people are doing may be the route to go to kind of start your own niche category. But what's different with this is that not a lot of people have this kid's plastic camera. Most people are, kind of in the rat race of nice equipment and they want the newest and greatest and whatnot. They're going to make content on that. But I think a fun combination of that is to incorporate something like this that, like I said, this is intended for kids, probably like 3 or 4 years old and up, and this costs $30. And it's just kind of, is a fun way to remind people how far technology has come to show what, I don't even know what kind of sensor this would have, or even has a sensor. I don't know the technology in this little thing. Like the quality of it is just very cheap plastic. But like I was saying, you don't really need expensive equipment to make content, especially on social media. If you're not making something for a client and you're just kind of making your own stuff for yourself for fun, to get views, to kind of make a new category online, like whatever it is, you don't need anything crazy. So to bring it back, once I started making content with this camera, I just kind of started milking that concept where I was like, oh, like this first video did really well, let me make another one. And then that one blew up as well. And then I was like, okay, how many times can I do this until it just kind of fizzles out? And I probably made like 5 or 6 videos that went viral before it kind of started to plateau or decline in engagement. I have a few other cameras I'm going to grab right now and I'll show you what I'm talking about of different ways of thinking of equipment that I've incorporated into my social media content. So I'm back with a couple of cameras, or kind of loose term of cameras. We're going to start with this one, which is actually, this is a burner phone. I got this off Amazon, again, 25, 30 bucks. Most of these things I was looking in this price range on Amazon because I knew the quality of the camera was just gonna be dog water. So that would make whatever camera I'm putting it up against or comparing to look that much better. So the camera on this is actually the worst thing I've ever used. And I'm not just saying that as a joke. I'll try and show you some footage of what that looked like right now. It was almost hard to film with this to actually compare it to other cameras because the sensor just crops in like 100 times. So it's really hard to frame things up. Anyways, that is the $30 burner phone. This thing, I used it for a couple of videos and it did okay. The next one, this is a little kind of pig camera that's also meant for kids, if you couldn't tell. And it has a very similar camera output as the original kids camera I was showing you. Just different look to it to kind of, catch your eye, or maybe an eye-catching thumbnail. So that's pretty much the thought process behind this one. We have this exact same one, but in blue, just kind of breaking it up. I haven't used this one too much yet in content. Just haven't found a video for it yet, but this thing is like super lightweight. It feels pretty much hollow. This is a classic. I grew up with this one as a flip video camera. I think a lot of people started using this brand of cameras when they first started making content a long time ago. And this is just an old reliable that people, just kind of find nostalgic and can relate to. Plus it has this really cool feature of a thumb drive popping out for you to offload the footage. And then lastly, for what I have today is this old photo camera. I was actually talking about this earlier, and this was my family's old camera many years ago, and it still worked, which is cool. It's just thinking outside the box. I think in today's day and age, a lot of people, like I said, are shooting with the newest and nicest lenses and, highest dynamic range of sensors and the color science and all this, which is awesome. But at the same time, that market is almost so oversaturated, it might be really hard to make yourself stand out. If you incorporate, something like this that most cameras don't look like, especially professional cameras, it's bright blue, it has yellow accents. This is going to stand out way more than, you having the same camera that 1,000 other people do. Nobody else has this as far as when I was making this with content. And it's just thinking one step in a different direction than other people that, will really separate yourself online from others. Well, thanks for watching, guys. This video was fun to make. I just wanted to briefly talk about how a $30 idea could really turn into millions and millions of views in return. So it's fun to experiment with different things that people aren't using online too often. It could be, you know, a third-party accessory. It could be just a slightly different camera configuration or whatever, but just something that's eye-catching that can really just grab people's attention online is pretty much what I'm trying to get at. That being said, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.